this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we want to do, 'cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. Doesn't matter if we make mistakes, which I can promise that we'll do. Just hold my hand and we will be okay. Yeah, it's true, 'cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. How's everybody feeling? Hello to Melinda Shepherd. We have a new YouTube member. Thank you for joining, Melinda. Thank you very much. Hello, Fancy. Hello, Annie. Hello, Robert. Hello, Elaine. See, Church Nelly. Fabulous Friday. We have a very, very special podcast for you today. I have two guests with me, something very exciting going on in the squad. So thumbs up, everyone, and please remember to hit that subscribe button if you're listening and haven't subscribed. Hello, Elaine, Julia, hi. Hi, Annie, Anna. Yes, thank God it's Friday, Cho. Brenda, hello. Marsha, hello. Yes, Annie, thank you for reminding everybody that this is a troll-free channel and we have troll spray and amazing moderators. Hi, Susie. Hi, Sugar Queen, Lucy, Brenda, Joan, Julia, hi. Okay, I think almost all the usuals are here except for, hello, Ethany, Sistra, and Bonnie. Benjamin, CMAC, Veronica. Hi, Jet Aviation. Oh, Facts and 2 Cents. Facts and 2 Cents in the house, everyone. Go and subscribe to Facts and 2 Cents. Go and support Assist. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Dorothy. Okay, I think almost all of the usuals are here except for Lydia. I can't see Lydia, but maybe she's just a bit busy at the moment. Oh, hello, Julianne. Hello, Benjamin. H&M need all the support they can get. I still remember that wedding day. I was so excited for them. I saw Harry grow up, but I always root for underdogs. I always will. Absolutely. And isn't that why we love them? Everybody loves an underdog. Okay, so let's get it started in here. Like I said, I do have two very special guests for you. I have J and K, who are the creators of the SussexTimeline.com. They had a soft launch yesterday. Sussex Timeline is an interactive resource tool that keeps historical data on the life and accomplishments of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, our faves. A few stats. It was 5 months in the making, 250 hours of work from the team members, and so far 150 stories documented. So please give a warm welcome, everyone, to J and K, who I'm going to add to the live stream. Hello, ladies. You should be able to talk now.
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much for joining us. So I guess we'll start with, we'll go a little bit back before the timeline. How did first and foremost, how did you two become Sussex fans? Did you know Meghan before she was a royal? Were you a royalist? Like, give us a little bit of the backstory of how you came to be Sussex fans.
I can start. So I'm Kay. I'm the creator and one of the lead editors of Sussex Timeline. I became a fan of Harry and Meghan. Even I didn't know. I kind of was aware of Meghan, but I wasn't actually watching, Suits that much. I just kind of seen it here and there on TV, and I casually observed and followed Prince Harry, like a lot of people did. They just kind of like looked and like saw, oh, we see a magazine cover, you know what Harry's doing or something like that. But I became like more in depth of a fan, when they got together, when they started dating, when they got engaged. And I was just absolutely obsessed with the wedding. And I had matched up the timeline that they had as a couple with my own relationship. And I had copied her wedding, like their wedding. I took elements from it because my wedding was like a month after theirs. And so I copied their cake, and like I had my bridal shower the same day as their wedding, and like stayed up all night and watched it. So like I've been a fan, and I would just like check their Instagram, when they had it every day. And so I just, I was a fan then. And then, once they left, I was trying to understand like what happened, because I don't pay attention to trolls or negative drama and things like that. And so once I, discovered Sussex Squad, I kind of understood, and I would hear the podcasts and the shows and just interacting on social media. And so that's kind of how I became their fan and how I found Sussex Squad. And I'll let Jay go.
Hi. I wasn't originally a fan of Meghan before Suits. I kind of was a fan more of kind of legal dramas on TV. So I kind of found Suits, and then I saw her in there. And then I became even more of a fan when she married Harry, who I actually liked. I was not a royalist. I just thought of them as part of the tapestry, but just kind of there. But I actually liked him because he seemed to actually care about what was going on around him. And then they got together and all of that. And I was kind of like in the background paying attention to what was going on online, but not really. But then when everything started going a bit crazy, I got a little bit angry, and then I started getting a bit more involved with the Sussex Squad and so on. So we've been posting for a while, and then the two of us met, and then yeah, this is what happened.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so it started as, I guess, just you love really did you kind of go? Can you hear me, ladies?
No, I didn't get anything you said. It sounded like a robot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, can you hear me now? I'll repeat that. So, at what point did you
Completely breaking up.
I'm wondering, should I still speak? I kind of got a little bit of what she said.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see the
Okay, I
question.
think you can speak now. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I see the question that you said. At what point did you realize there was something wrong with the way Harry and Meghan was treated? I kind of knew. I don't really read tabloids. I'm here in the US, and I kind of saw that like things were going a little weary, but I just like, as an American, I just don't really pay attention to tabloid news and things like that, even with other celebrities. Like I look at it as fan fiction. It's completely fake. And so I didn't think anyone actually took seriously the negative headlines that they were seeing. It wasn't until they like left, I was like, oh, like I knew it was kind of bad like prior, but like I really, really paid attention once they were like, we're leaving. And so then, once I actually found Sussex Squad and they kind of like talk about, what's going on and understanding and doing an analysis of the media treatment, that's kind of when I could like understand how Meghan and Harry were being treated in the media, particularly with Meghan and particularly, with the misogyny and the misogynoir that was happening with um, the media and all, like just looking at the media landscape of the royal reporting and seeing that there weren't any people of color, really just a couple voices that were actually talking about her story. And so I really love Sussex Squad because it's what I've noticed. It's worldwide, it's global, but there's a huge, woman of color presence in
Yeah.
Sussex Squad. And so um, I think that that is like a great way to just, understand and interact with this story and with, who Meghan is.
Yeah,
Okay.
for myself, I kind of was kind of in the background. I wasn't necessarily part of the Sussex Squad, but just very busy life. And every now and then I would log into I think Hugo's podcast that he used to have, and just to get like bits of what was going on and just kind of hearing it. And every day it was seemed to be one thing after the other. And I'm like, from what I could see from this woman, and I was one of those people who watched the wedding, made cocktails while watching the wedding, and then just fast forward, and then it was this one thing after the other, the crown thing, the avocado thing, and I'm like, surely nobody could, this can't possibly be true. And then I kind of remembered all the Diana stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't smell right. And plus,
It's history
I know.
repeating itself.
Yeah, and it just didn't sit well with me. And then I kind of started paying more attention to people online and kind of doing my own research as well, not just kind of following everybody else, but doing my own research to see who was this woman really beyond the professional, the actress, and what has she done? What has she been spending her life doing outside of the entertainment? And I'm like, it just didn't match up with what we kept seeing on in media.
Yeah, because prior to being in the royal family, nobody ever said a bad word about Meghan, and I think that's where I kind of started to question things. You know, I'd randomly hear someone at work just saying something mean about her for no reason, and I'd because at that time I didn't really know what was going on either. And then when I started to look into it and I got introduced to Sussex Squad, I was like, holy cow, like it's just history repeating itself with Diana, with what they did with Fergie. So okay, so that's when you realized that something was going wrong. And then what kind of brought you two together to create this amazing timeline?
Yeah, so I got the idea while I was, exploring and finding Sussex Squad, and people would talk about, oh, this happened at that time, or this event was here, and this was what was going on, and I just couldn't understand it in my head. I was like, wait, what? When did that happen? Like, I don't understand. And because people were talking about the past, and so I just kept saying, I was like, we need a timeline, somebody needs to make a timeline. And I would just say it over and over, on social media and in various places. And I was like, wait a minute, why am I asking other people to do this? No one's going to care about it more if I just don't do it myself. And so I just got the initiative. Plus, I'm seeing all the new Sussex Squad, squaddies doing different things, and I just got really inspired. And I was like, I know I have a vision for what I want to create. And so I just did the research and I buckled down and started it. I got connected with Jay, and she's been such a great partner on this project. And we've been working on it for the past few months, and we've gotten some really great support behind the scenes when putting it together. But that's kind of the catalyst for the idea. Was once I found Sussex Squad, I was like, I need to visually understand how all this relates chronologically, because I'm like a visual person. You can't just tell me something happened at a certain time. I need to see it. And so I really just wanted something that would be so beautiful and interactive and fun. And I've just had so much fun. I've really enjoyed working on this project, and it's amazing. And right now, what we've done is we've just set up the bones of it, because we had a vision when we first started out. What do we want to do? And so we told ourselves, let's, reach a certain goal, and then we'll introduce it publicly so that other people can see what it is that we're working on. And if they want to support us in getting it built up. So right now, when you go into Sussex Timeline, you might not see everything, but that's because they have a huge portfolio of a body of work that they have done. And there's a huge portfolio of their public life as well. And so it's going to take a lot of time to get that all there. But we just wanted to, give you guys a taste. This is our soft launch. It's in beta mode, and, it's an ongoing project. I'll let Jay go.
That's amazing.
So like Kay, I'm quite visual as well, and I kind of like the idea of being able to find everything in one place, because I have my other social media account, and I like to post a lot of stuff as well. And I didn't come to this at the beginning of Sussex Squad and all of that. And a lot of the time when I'd listen to a lot of people's podcasts, like Tina and Michelle and so on, they would mention events, and I would think, how in the world are these people keeping track of this one little thing that happened at that 1 second, at that 1 year? And I'm like, I'm just coming into that. No, well, I saw all the receipts, Wikipedia and all of that, but I'm like, but it's like on the tip of their finger. And I was just coming in. And now, after a couple of years of being in it, now I'm getting to that point where I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. But at the beginning I was a bit daunted. But I wished I could think, where do they go to find this stuff? So this kind of, when we met, this kind of fit into my idea of, I wish when I first started, I knew where I could go to find all of this stuff, like quickly, instead of trolling the internet trying to find it.
I definitely think it'll be a great resource for newbies and for anyone who's just coming into the squad and feeling a bit lost and intimidated. I think especially when you come into a space like this, like we've tried to make it a positive space, but it often gets infiltrated by trolls. So just in terms of like knowing more about Harry and Meghan, just their work and what really matters, I really love you both for doing this project. So I guess I could ask you next, what are the varying ways that people can support Sussex Timeline, support its growth, and also contribute to it also?
Yes. So if you go to our website, you will see a couple tabs at the top, and if you click on the contribute page, there you can donate via PayPal. Again, we just started our platform yesterday, so it's gonna keep growing, and I know there has been a few people requesting that they can, contribute in other ways, and so we'll be growing that, and we'll add more to it as we continue. But for starters, just go to our website and click contribute, and you'll see some instructions on how to do that.
Yeah, and we had some feedback recently, just a particular lady asking if there was another method of contributing aside from PayPal. We're gonna get to a few other methods because we know PayPal is not available to everybody. So just bear with us, and you can always drop us a message on the Twitter account or the Instagram account. Maybe you can tell us which platform, whether it's PayPal or another, you prefer, and then if we are able to, we'll get it onto the website. But as Kay said, we are in beta mode, and also we've received at least I have messages with people saying, "Oh, you should add this story and that story." We're gonna get to it. We're just starting off, and we're adding stuff every day. But thanks.
Okay, yes. And it's Sussex at Sussex Timeline on Twitter, everyone. I'll put all of these details on the community tab after the podcast.
Yes, and it's at Sussex Timeline on Instagram as well. So the two social medias we have is Twitter and Instagram. And on our website we have other social medias that you can look at the bottom, just a few. Duchess of Success, would you want to go to the website and kind of give the viewers a little sample of what the site looks like?
Yes, I can open it now if you just give me a sec. Okay. What I'll do is I'll do a share screen so everyone can see it.
I see someone in the comments, Marsha, she said this would be a great project for a student in school that has to write about the Sussexes. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Yeah. If your kid has to write a project, or if you have to write a project, or you just write about them, this would be a great resource for studying.
Absolutely, it would be. Okay, so I'm going to do a share screen. And okay, can everyone? Oh, okay. So Google Chrome is being a little bit of a nightmare for me. So, okay, just give me a sec.
Well, while you're waiting, Jay, is there anything else that you want to talk about regarding the timeline?
I don't know. I mean, I would just say, just generally to everybody, be patient with us. Like someone contacted me today and said, "Oh, we need to have the Meghan's court win on there," and what she was really nice about it, of course. I wish that was on there now, but there's so much stuff, as Kay said. They've done so much work, even Meghan, even before she joined the family, and Harry, well, he's done a lot as well. So just bear with us, everybody, and we'll get to it. But in the meantime, please just enjoy exploring as much as possible. There's so much stuff in there, so many links. You can watch videos right on the site. You can see some pictures. I discovered some stuff while helping to contribute to this, which I didn't even know myself. So just enjoy it, interact.
Yeah, there's the really fun stuff that that's the wonderful thing I love working on this project is that I've learned so much about both Harry and Meghan, trying to look for information and like particularly like her filmography. I think some people they haven't like seen, her entire like, film portfolio. And so I was able to find clips and videos of almost at least 90% of the work that she's done. So if you've ever wanted to see, what Meghan was like as an actress, you can definitely go into the timeline and like look at, so many videos of her in various shows and things. Alrighty, it's here.
Yeah. So it's giving me a little bit of trouble with the share screen. So I just screen printed it so you can just have an overall look of what it looks like. And guys, when you actually go to the website, the timeline, it literally moves. It's so cool. It's like how interactive it is.
Oh, you know what might be, and I'm going to send you a Twitter that I saw. Someone did a screen share of the video, and so maybe I can.
Yeah, that was Ian Sexton.
He
I
did that.
posted that on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, let me find it. I have it on Twitter.
Yeah, if it's an MP4, then I can definitely play it.
Okay, so I'm going to send this to you. Okay, so I just sent you a DM of the video he recorded, and that'll be great to kind of just give people a sample. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Thank you so much for your comments, everyone. So it's saying, thank God there are like-minded people who have the gravitas to labor through this intensity compilation of the most important issues of our faves was going through years most intrusive harassment nonstop. Yeah, and it's just amazing that despite everything that they did go through, they just carried right on, and there's going to be so much more to add to this past and present. Yes, crack me up, love. It's great to have one place to go and have all of that information.
And there's a really beautiful moment on the timeline that I think I want to talk about. It's one of my favorite moments. And I'm going to have you guys go look for it. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want you to explore it. But there is a moment where Harry and Meghan were doing the exact same thing at the same time long before they met each other. So years prior to meeting, if you look on the timeline, you will find this special moment where there's these two events, because as you can see, Meghan's events are in yellow and Harry's is in green. And you'll see the yellow and green, and you'll see these two, events at the same time, just kind of aligning with each other. I also have on the website, if you click how to tab at the top, you will see a video. And so there is a lot of ways in which you can explore the timeline, not just in 3D, but you can see it in 2D. You can see a linear compilation. You can see each timeline, Harry's timeline and Meghan's timeline kind of going together. So there's a lot of ways that you can look at it. So it's not just the 3D that you're looking at. So if you click on 2D and you click on the wrench tool at the bottom, there's a search feature. So if you want to search a particular thing, you can actually search it and just type in like, oh, I want to see something about Invictus. You can type it into the website and you will find the exact event, and you can look at videos, audios, pictures. It is so immersive and really, really fun.
Well, someone's asking, is there a podcast on YouTube for Sussex Timeline?
So we do not have that. If we do anything new or we expand our platform, we'll let you know. But we do have a YouTube channel, and you can go to the YouTube channel, and we have even more videos there that we just kind of have listed that we're going to eventually put into the timeline. So if you want to look at like playlist, I have a curated playlist of really good content. It's just videos of what they did. It's not any, extra stuff or opinions or commentary. But if you want to see like raw footage of Harry when he was little, or Meghan, as her body of work, you can go there at our YouTube channel. So just go into the YouTube search and type in Sussex Timeline. And if you click channel, then you will find our channel, hopefully up top.
Lovely. Okay, I mean, if there's anything else that you'd like the squaddies to know about, yeah, just please do let us know any kind of maybe future plans.
We have a vision for how we want this to grow. But at the moment, we're just gonna stick with trying to get this complete. We do want to have a grand opening, later in the year, and you'll see that on our frequently asked questions. So right now, this was our soft launch. Just giving the kind of the bones of this timeline, together. But once we build it up and add more meat to it, you'll see it. We are gonna, expand. We're gonna grow. We're gonna add a lot of really cool stuff to it. But yeah, definitely, stick around, follow us on social media, and you'll hear about our grand opening later this year.
Fantastic. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on. You are more than welcome to stay on and give your own feedback and opinion about the other things we're going to talk about today. Otherwise, I don't know, do you want to stay on, or are you busy?
I'll stay on. I don't know if I'll let you know if I want to say anything, but I'll stick around.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you everyone for your positive feedback. And I will put all the details in the community section after the podcast, so you can go and follow up. But thank you so much, J&K.
And one last thing, really quickly, just wanted to say thank you so much for having us on. And specifically myself, I listen to you every day, so thank you for your work as well. It's amazing. On
my
repeat,
God,
because I don't usually have the time, but repeat, yes.
Oh God, I'm so grateful that you sit and listen to me blabber.
Listen, I get through stressful days cracking up listening to you, so thank you.
Yes. Oh, and actually, does anybody in the audience have any questions for the ladies before I let them go? I can see you all with your really nice comments. Thank you. I'll just give anyone that has a question a second or two to post, and then if not, we'll carry on. Thank you all so much for your great feedback. Oh, wait, what's this? Crack Me Up Live, you said, I would love to see Sussex Squad testimonials. What do you mean by testimonials, darling? Joyce, if someone wanted to do a documentary on Harry and Meghan's life, this timeline would be a very good source. Yes, absolutely, it would be.
Thank you for that. I will note that down.
Oh, Crack Me Up, you said, like, what squaddies were at certain events. Oh, what, so do you mean like you want a space for squaddies to post if they were at certain events? If that's what you mean, I don't know. I guess that's something the ladies could think about. All right, so I don't see any questions, so we'll get on with the rest of the podcast. And thank you so much once again, ladies. If you're just joining us now, we were just talking to J&K from Sussex Timeline. You can go and watch the replay, but we're going to get on with the rest of the podcast. Don't forget to thumbs up, everyone. And I guess we can start with, it's April Fool's. It's April Fool's. The biggest joke today is that Boris Johnson is still our Prime Minister. And I was loving this tweet from Ice Cube, because I think it just sums up how I feel about this whole week. And that whole slappity slap slap situation. So I saw quite a few squaddies posting some really funny April Fools. So shout out to the squaddies that made me laugh today. And before we get into the more dreary stuff, I just wanted to point out that Meghan's The Bench has actually been translated into multiple languages, and I wasn't keeping an eye on which languages that it had been translated into. So thank you so much to the squaddy who posted this. I think we've got Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Greek, German. So just showing just how popular the book has been. So some great positive news there. I did go and get a copy of The Bench. I was literally there first thing in the morning, came back, did the video, and oh, that actually reminds me, guys and dolls, I still have not given you the tea on what happened with that Australian news channel that tried to contact me and like pay me off. Oh my gosh, I have to do that video. I completely forgot to tell you about that. Okay, that's going to be another video. Marsha, you have a copy of The Bench. Fantastic. Okay, so that was that. And if you've got friends and family who would appreciate it in a language other than English, please do encourage them to buy a copy. But on to the next thing. Yesterday was Sussex, I don't know, is it Sussex Freedom Day or Sussex Step Down Day? It was the 2-year anniversary. I feel like this image of Harry and Meghan under the umbrella really just, I think, summed up that whole time, against all the odds, standing defiant under the umbrella, under the rain. And we also got some great news also that Archwell has brought in Alam Farah Taylor, who is formerly of Sony Pictures, who will be head of marketing for Archwell. So a huge player in the game, and a fantastic hire for Archwell. So that's some great news. And Kawaii Plusheen, I bought the book even though I don't have any grandchildren. I'll read it one day to my grandkids. Do you know what? It's just such a beautiful poem, and the artwork was absolutely amazing. To me, it was just such a beautiful piece of artwork. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm grown up. Oh gosh, what the sorry, I forget. A lot of you weren't even subscribed to me back then. Okay, I will explain what happened really, really quickly with that whole situation, but I'll do a separate video on it. So what happened was I did a review of The Bench. It was a positive review. I didn't say anything bad about the book in that review. And there was an Australian news site, I think it was called Aussie News or something. They have a website and also a YouTube channel, which has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So they took a piece of my video where I'm showing the book and I'm talking about the book. They took the sound out of the video and they put it in their own video, and they put a caption over where they used my video in their video. They put a caption that said, even Meghan Markle fans are slating off her book, which I did not. I did not say a single, you can go back to my review of The Bench. It's one of my most watched videos on this channel. I didn't say a single negative thing about Meghan or the book. Hence, they muted the video and put that caption over it, which is a complete and utter lie. And it was actually another squaddy that alerted me to what happened. So I then reported the video to YouTube for copyright violation, and then YouTube took it down. And then I get an email from one of the editors of the news site saying, could I please remove the copyright violation because it would affect their channel. And if I removed the copyright violation, that they would give me the revenue for the video, because at this point it had already been viewed like something like 200,000 times. And I said no, because number one, there's no amount of money that's worth me just co-signing hatred towards Meghan. And number two, by putting that clip of me in that video, you know, that ruins my name and my face and my reputation and makes me look like a hater when I never said anything negative in the video. So I will do a video like talking about the actual email that she sent me, and I basically responded and told them to pee off. But that's what happened. This happened like late last year. I just never really got round to doing a proper video about it. Yeah, so it's a beautiful silhouette photo of Meghan and Harry. But yeah, I never took the money, and I would never take money from anyone like that. As we know, everyone that goes against Meghan and Harry, karma comes to them. Yes, Vinnie Blair, the worldwide success of The Bench must be absolutely irking the firm and the British media. Yesterday's piece on Meghan by the Library of Congress was just additional salt to their wound. Yes, I did see that, and they were talking about copyright or something like that, weren't they? I'll talk about that in the next podcast. I forgot to do some screen grabs on that, but thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I did kind of see that on the timeline. Okay. See, Sylvia, I bought several copies of The Bench. I donated to library, gave gifts. I kept a couple for historical purposes. That's amazing. I'm sure all those people appreciated it. Yeah, these people, they literally can't sink low enough. They can't sink low enough. I honestly just couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. Just to use my image like that. And then do you know what made it even worse? So there was my little clip that they used, and then the very next clip after my face is Piers Morgan. I was furious. Okay. On to the next thing. Yes, an update on the situation with the books that were going to be given out for the Platinum Jubilee in Wales. So Wales have basically said that they are not going to fully distribute the books, but it will be on a school by school basis if they request them. Now, if you remember, they were going to spend something like, I think it was £12 million. And that is an awful lot of money considering, you know, how many children are struggling even to just pay for their school lunches. And that money could be spent for something, I think, a lot more useful, other than books that, to be honest, if we're being really honest, are just kind of propaganda. Thank you for joining us, Nutty Doctor. And thank you everyone for showing your support for Sussex Timeline. Tabby, why would they think a H&M supporter would betray them? Just stupid. Do you know, they've tried so many times to infiltrate the squads over the years. I've seen student journalists try to come in and do so-called surveys and like mini interviews of the squad, and everybody on this squad, I have to say, is generally on code, and I have not seen anyone become like a plant or anything like that. I haven't seen anything like that happening so far. So shout out to everyone on the squad. Let's see. Oh, thank you everyone for your kind messages to Sussex Timeline. Yeah, they work so hard on it. it's a lot of work doing these type of projects. Yes, that was that. And also another thing that I wanted to just pick up on, these screenshots were actually taken by a squaddy account called Royal Reporter. And as you can see, both of these ranked pretty high for bot activity. And this is something I feel like we all know now. There is definitely bot activity going on Twitter, bot accounts, fake accounts, burner accounts trying to infiltrate squad conversations, trying to prop up the other royals, trying to cause infighting. And every single time something goes wrong with the other royals, or every time Harry and Meghan come out with something positive, it's like the bot activity just goes through the roof. So just look out for things like this. And if you do suspect bot activity, try not to engage with the troll accounts too much and actually go and check if they are a bot. And this is something that happens quite often when they will post the same message multiple times. And there's another example of this here. Again, various different accounts posting the exact same thing. And one of the accounts that you can see here is actually Kayla Adams, and she's quite a well-known blackface account. We don't think that she is actually black, but she has an avatar of a black person, and she's very pro-Cambridge. And there's actually quite a few of these accounts that have black avatars and are like very strongly pro-Cambridge, and they all seem to miraculously pop up just after the Oprah interview. So very, very suspicious. Jay or Kay, I don't know if you wanted to comment on any of that, your thoughts.
I do have a thought about the I have seen the bots and things like that, particularly the blackface ones. And what's interesting is that typically whenever you see the blackface, like digital blackfishing or whatever, those accounts that are like anti Meghan, their avatars are always illustrations. They're cartoons. They're never actually someone's face. And when one time it was someone's face, someone reversed image searched or did some type of search engine and found the owner of that picture, and it wasn't that person. There might be one or two Black people who might be, saying these things, but typically the biggest accounts, if you notice, it's always like a cartoon image of a Black person. That's what I've noticed. I have a list of those accounts, and every time I see them, it's always like, oh, here's like an illustration or a cartoon, or it'll be like a heavily manipulated photo. So maybe they could just take someone's photo off of Facebook or something, and they will put a filter on the picture, or it'll be in a dark, shady room so you can't really see. Like, I don't know if anyone else has noticed that with the blackface accounts.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead.
And I was just thinking, like, I don't know I do know what their intention is by trying to pretend to be a Black person posting bad about Meghan, but it's kind of ridiculous because it's like they expect all Black people to think the same. I've got people in my family who don't like them or really love the Queen and all of that kind of stuff. So just because people see, oh, that Black person doesn't like Meghan, is that supposed to do something to other people? We don't all think the same. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have this all Black people are a monolith attitude. And I've also noticed another thing that they'll do is they'll have like things like Black Lives Matter in their bios and things like that, just to throw you off. But it's just so blatant, because some of the language that they use sometimes, like I'll just be like, there's no way, like especially the very kind of UK focused accounts, some of the language that they use, it's like it's very. I guess you could say country. Like I just know that like that would not be a black person that used that word.
Yeah, absolutely. Because thing about us black folk, we can recognize our own. Okay, so when we saw an imposter, a wolf in sheep's clothing, we're like, "What are you doing here? You are not invited to the cookout." So I don't know why you trying to pretend.
Yeah. Oh, Rosa M. Christopher Boozy is going to hold a Twitter space later today to talk about digital blackfishing. Actually, it starts in 40 minutes. Thank you so much for mentioning that, Rosa. Everybody make sure you go over to Spaces and catch that. Actually, if I can get the link, I will try and do that and post that in the chat. Okay, so that is that. What else did I want to mention? Oh, yes, there was just this. Richard Eden he will not stop being annoying. Guys, can I just say, with these royal rodents and royal reporters, do not click on their articles, please, because you are absolutely paying their bills every time you do that. If you are really if you just can't resist and you have to know what it is they're saying, please either wait for one of us to repost it through an archive link on Twitter so that they don't get ad revenue, or that's why we have these podcasts and our own spaces where you can look at all the reposts. But please don't be so triggered that you go and click on a Daily Mail article or click on a Mirror article, because you're just feeding the beast, guys and dolls. But I wanted to bring this up because we all know that William and Earthshot were nominated for a BAFTA TV award, and obviously the controversy was that the ex-BAFTA boss is now the head of the Royal Foundation, which is Kate and Williams Foundation, formerly headed by Jason Knopf. And here we have two sets of articles. The top one was from the 31st. Both of these are from the 31st of March. Both were posted by Richard Eden. But I think this really just speaks to who it is that Kensington Palace want on their team. Because if you've got an individual that had to quit following claims about sex and race, I think it just speaks to who it is that they're comfortable with having on their team. And I just don't see the situation at Kensington Palace getting any better. So I don't know if you ladies had any comment on that, but I can go to the comments in the chat. Yes, Marshall, we can recognize our own. That is true. That is very true.
Yeah, so I was listening to your podcast. I think it was the one from yesterday, and I know you were talking about the Earthshot thing and being nominated. And when I think it was on yours that I first heard about that, because I hadn't been on social media just yet. And my first thought was, wait a minute, isn't every competition ever that's been published size always says no staff and all of that, and then a few minutes later you said the same thing in the podcast, and I'm like, surely that's obvious. How can you potentially win your own award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the director of BAFTA.
I think what I've noticed is that there's a standard of ethics doesn't exist or is very low when it comes to this area. And we've seen it multiple times. One way with some royal, just like, the other royal that I won't say his name, but we all know that had to have a lawsuit or whatever. Like there's just I'm not equating the same thing, but it just seems like there's not a standard of ethics when it comes to this organization or the firm, and with the reporting that is, around them. Which is probably why, Meghan had to leave, because she was used to working in a union that had, ethics and morals and a standard of operation, a standard of way in which you do business. And then to go into an organization where that is not the case at all, like you call yourself a firm, but then like firms are supposed to, like when business, they have, a business code of ethics. You have that as well. And so it's unfortunate, but I'm very happy and glad that Harry and Meghan are in a better place. They're in, one thing I've loved is that they are doing projects that, they care about. And that's something that they don't have to be around long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine we can't imagine what it must have been like for somebody like Meghan, who's just so used to, getting down to the work, doing impactful work, wanting to collaborate with people on the ground and really get her hands stuck in, and then to go into this organization where it's just like, show up and wave, and not be organized, get peed off about 5 a.m. emails. It must have been a real shock to her system. Joyce, that's a very good question. Why would you hire someone with claims on your team? I guess because that's the type of person that would be just willing to do anything. Okay, so I'm just going to post the link to Christopher Boozy's Spaces in the chat. So you can go ahead and listen to that later on if you would like to. Okay, I'll just pin that up in the chat. Okay, so I didn't actually have anything else. And also, just to reiterate, for Sussex Timeline, no tabloids will be used on their platform. They only use reliable, trusted sources. So you won't have to worry about tabloid stories on their timeline at all. And please do go support them. Support everyone. It's just great to see so many platforms starting. I mean, there's the Sussex Squad Cooking Club. I think there was Sussex Squad Hair, Sussex Squad Yoga. Do look around and search for the different platforms. So we'll just finish with your comments. Ladies, if you wanted to add anything else to the conversation, please do. But other than that, thank you so much, everybody, for coming, and thank you for your support of Sussex Timeline. So we'll finish with your comments and then we'll call it a day. And ladies, do chime in if you want to.
Are you able to screen share a YouTube video?
It's literally not letting me screen share at all. It's being so awkward, and I don't know why. So I'm very, very sorry.
Alrighty.
But you know what? I'm more than happy to. Can you screen share? Maybe you can. Let's have a look.
Let me I'm gonna click the button and see what happens.
Yeah. It's just my laptop being very funny. Okay, I'll just read out some comments while you're doing that. Margaret Jones, I also think these hater YouTube accounts run their videos on a loop to increase false numbers of viewership. If this is true, they are receiving advertising revenue dollars under false premises. That's a very good point. But I do think, I think it would be very difficult to do that manually. And if you were to do that with some kind of bot activity, YouTube has really clamped down on that over the years. So unfortunately, I do think a lot of that viewership is genuine because hate does get views. Odessa, for a family that cares so much about their image, the royal family apparently doesn't care how ridiculous they look outside the bubble. No, because they live in such a bubble. Oh, this is a really good question from Denise Marcus. Will the ladies put the site in a book format? I've been wanting to see side by side the headlines of Heresy showing Kate versus Meghan villain making. I don't know about side by side of Kate versus Meghan. I feel like BuzzFeed did a whole article on that. But in terms of putting all of their accomplishments, positive accomplishments in a book, Jay, is that something that we could maybe think about in the future?
I would say never. There's quite a lot of ways of getting stuff published these days and getting it out to the squad. So who knows? Thanks for the idea. We've got a whole list of stuff. So if it's possible, if time allows, if we've got a bigger team around us, the sky's the limit.
Okay, there you go, everyone. Lilybell, I live in the UK and never buy tabloid magazines. I don't ever watch any morning shows or listen to any of the rodents. I never ever click on any stories. That is because it's clickbait. Yeah, and they do it so much. Okay, so Sussex Timeline has been absolutely amazing because my computer wants to act like a fool. We couldn't see the timeline live, but they have managed to get it on, and I'm going to try and add it to the stream now so you can see it. Fantastic. So Sussex Timeline, if you actually want to do a quick walkthrough before we get on. Are you able to move it around?
We're not hearing you, Kay, if you're talking.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Try adding audio to the stream. Giving. Or I don't know, Jay. If Kay wants to move around the screen, maybe Jay, maybe you can kind of talk us through a bit.
Yeah, until she pops in and fixes her audio, I can just give a brief. So right now, this is what you see when you first log into the site. It's at the moment it's in 3D mode, and you can kind of scroll through everything. So you've got different color coding for either Harry, Meghan, pre-marrying in, after marrying in. There's something in there for Lily and Archie as well, different colors. And you can kind of just keep scrolling through, and you might see bits of information missing in certain areas where you know something happened at that time, and it's just because we haven't gotten to it yet. We've got over 150 stories at the moment, and there's different, and this is the 2D view at the moment, so you can view it in whatever mode appeals to you a bit more. So if you open up the little wrench just at the bottom right there, you can search for different stories using either searching for Harry stuff only, Meghan stuff only. You can also search for sort of time periods or spans. So like if you like where you have like the tours, you can say, oh, this tour happened between these two dates, or you can search by tabs. So if you were to put in something like videos, for example, that's the spans at the moment. So if you put in video, and Kay's just going to bring that up, and it'll show you just the videos basically, or where there are videos available, or where we've uploaded a video onto that particular post, or you can search for any other tags that we may have. Now, if you opened up one of the tabs, this is something you might see. So you can play the videos directly into the timeline if you want. You can scroll through it. As you can see, it's a YouTube, so you can just scroll through it as you would on any YouTube channel. And if you just look at the top, just open one more of those. Just to the top left there where you can see video. Some things have got video, some things have got multiple photographs. And you can either scroll, there it is, So that's the photograph of, that's when Meghan did the Ivory soap commercial. I'm not commercial, sorry. When she was talking about the fact that it was a sexist commercial.
I'm just in complete awe of how much detail you've put into this.
Yeah. It took a while, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, this is like one of the stories with a whole bunch of photographs, and you can scroll through photographs from that Vanity Fair shoot that she did.
Nice. And someone just asked, how often will the Sussex timeline be updated?
And potentially daily in some cases if we've got the time, weekly most definitely. So there's always going to be stuff like if you see on the YouTube channel, which at the moment it's not a podcast, it's literally just like an archive of what do you call it, playlists of the videos which have yet to be added and stories that haven't yet been added. So we're going to always be going through all of the stuff we've saved and uploading them with corresponding written articles from reputable sources. Yeah, so these are the playlists.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, there's
we'll be adding them.
Yeah, there's so many even random videos that I find going through YouTube of ads that Meghan did. Like she did like a Weller ad that I never knew about. So that's another thing I just love about this is that people are really going to get to see what she did and who she was well before she was a royal.
Well, before her avocados were destroying the world, yes.
Before she was controlling the Mexican drug cartel, like.
Oh yeah, she's done a lot. Apparently, a lot more than any of us ever knew. But yeah,
thank you so much. Facts and 2 cents.
So you can see if you open up that wrench just at the bottom, you can find so many different ways of scrolling through. You can sort of you can zoom in to certain in terms of the way you view it. So if you wanted to see kind of everything kind of bunched together, this is she's going to show you that. So that's with everything zoomed, and then you can zoom out for a more sort of a wide shot of what's happening. There's just so much and so many ways to view it. That's kind of like everything kind of pushed together, and there's going to be a lot more. Or you can adjust it so it's a little bit clearer, and it'll be so fascinating to see, especially for the things that they were doing before they met. You know, what was Meghan doing at that time, and what was Harry doing at that time, and just kind of like these kind of romance novel where in a few years they're gonna meet, if you're that way inclined, you can dream and think, oh, what if who was it? Whoever the person is who introduced them, what if that person had suggested another person for him to meet instead of her? And it's just so much happening there.
Yeah, theirs is definitely the most modern of modern love stories and fairy tales where the princess rescued the prince.
Yep. Yeah, and he needed rescuing, definitely. Yeah. If for no other reason but his wardrobe.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Joyce. Yes, it is excellent work what the ladies have done. Alrighty, I'm gonna give someone the last word, and then we will wrap things up. Oh, sorry. Vinny Blair is asking, is there a separate section on Archwell, or are you just going to continue the timeline?
We're going to continue it. There are some Archwell things that are already in there. There's the thing that the poetry that they uploaded with Get Lit, that's on there for Juneteenth. I think it was it last year or the year before? So we are adding stuff in there. When they were talking about net zero, that's in there. So there's some stuff in there from Archwell. We need to populate it a lot more with Archwell content, but at the same time, we do want traffic to be going to Meghan and Harry's website. But we'll intersperse Archwell things in there as well. So, but if you wanted to see the poetry from there, it's all on there as well. All three of the poets are there.
Okay. Okay, that is fantastic. Oh, thank you so much, Lynn. I'm so glad that this made you feel a little bit better. Okay, so okay, I'm going to Negati Ramona. You're going to have to one day teach me how to say your name properly so I don't butcher it. But with that, we are going to end with your positive words for the day. So glad to see you. Always a joy. We get to dancing soon. Yes, we will get to dancing now. Thank you once again, J and K. Thank you everyone for your positive feedback. Do make sure to go and follow the ladies. Have a wonderful weekend and let's dance our way out. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I can make you whole. I just can't change my emotions.